My beloved, lean in and let these words settle like warm light on your chest, for tonight something tender and undeniable touches the edge of your soul, a whisper of arrival that feels like sunrise after a lifetime of night. And you will know by the way your breath softens that you have been found. Hear me now with the hunger of your heart and the hush of your bones. This hour is not an echo of the past. It is a doorway carved by mercy and intention, and it opens because you have finally become willing. There has been a patient intelligence moving the pieces of your life, gentle hands arranging, unseen fingers tuning, the quiet music of destiny composing itself so that when you step, the score will already be playing. You are not late, you are exactly on time. Imagine a wide field at dawn, the air cool, the earth holding the memory of rain. In that field you stand barefoot, feeling the small tremor of possibility under your feet. The tremor is invitation. Visualize a soft golden light gathering at the horizon, inching closer like a promise. Feel its warmth on your face. Feel the way it loosens old grip. And know this: you are being called into motion, into the work of breathing life into what you were shown in quiet. Now rise, beloved. This is your command to move, not as one who chases wind, but as one who follows a clear and steady pull from within. Do this not because you must prove anything to the world, but because the pulse that waits in you is sacred, and it longs to be lived. There is a sacred rhythm that runs through you like a river beneath ice, slow, strong, certain. You have asked for signs. You have waited for flags and bells. Yet the truest confirmation has been placed inside you as a small, steady knowing, a tenderness that nods at the right time, a peace that remains when noise comes, a vision that returns no matter how you try to ignore it. That inner knowing is not accident. It is a map drawn on your heart. When the mind questions and the world doubts, allow the spirit to answer with a quiet yes. Do not confuse the absence of full sight with absence of guidance. Clarity often blooms after a step, not before it. The path ahead will not be lit by human certainty, but by presence. By a warmth you will feel like a hand guiding yours across a cliff of choices. Trust that hand. Receive this grace into your hands and begin to work. I tell you now, take the first small motion toward the vision that hums in your chest. Speak the seed into sound. Write the thought into ink. Plant the intent into the soil of your day, and watch what rises. There is a tenderness in the way the universe lays favor at your feet. It arrives as openings, soft nudges, strangers who become allies, opportunities that carry your name quietly. I have aligned resources around your readiness, not to show you dependency, but to reveal how aligned action and heaven's timing converge. Stop measuring the weight of your stepping by how the crowd applauds. The applause that matters is the one that comes from within. The internal nod that says, "This move is mine to make." Courage is not absence of fear. Courage is warmth stepping out despite chill. The courage required is simple. Do the thing you are afraid to begin. The first step will look small. That is the miracle of it. Small steps gather speed when chosen in faith. Momentum will arrive as a companion once you decide to move, and with it will come clarity, provision, and doors that open without the violence of forcing. There are connections being prepared that will match the frequency of your obedience. They will recognize your heart because they carry the same pulse. Picture now a gate made of light at the edge of a city. You have only imagined its hinges sing with welcome, and its threshold is the space where blessing begins to feel like breathing. See it open slowly. Feel the shimmer of gold dust in the air like a gentle rain of possibility. Let that image anchor you. Visualize a rain not of water, but of favor, dropping into the hollows you once thought empty, filling them with opportunity and assurance. Let your hands cup that rain and taste the salt of hope. Know that this is not fantasy but a spiritual climate changing on your behalf. There will be moments when the direction I give sounds stranger than your plans, when the command feels like a detour. Obey anyway. Some of the most abundant harvests arrive dressed in unlikely instructions. When I once told a simple fisherman to throw his net the other way, he did not know he was stepping into multiplication. You are now invited into similar unlikely commands that will birth overflow. Obedience unlocks faster than striving because it aligns your feet with the current of what is already moving the world. Do not be afraid of missteps. Even a wrong turn becomes part of a tapestry that will one day be seen as perfect. The divine does not punish curiosity, it refines it. When you trip, I will steady you and redirect you. When you doubt, remembrance will come like a soft bell. Momentum does not demand perfection, it only asks for willing. Faith in motion is faith that breathes. Let your faith breathe. Speak your dreams as declarations into the quiet, and then carry them into action with hands that know how to build. There are ideas in you waiting for permission. Grant them permission now. Say them aloud. Begin. Build the smallest scaffold and the rest will follow. You are favored not because you are flawless, but because you listen and you act. The favor that arrives will not always shout. Often it slips in through doors you did not expect. Do not miss it because you were looking for spectacle. Look for peace. Peace is the compass. Where the Spirit confirms through peace, step. Where pressure screams, be still and ask again. There is a form of divine economy at work that replaces scarcity with stewardship. Scarcity's scarcity with a generous multiplier. I am teaching you how to steward well, so the blessing you receive becomes a tool for life and not a test of ego. You will be asked to manage influence with humility, to use wealth as medicine rather than ornament. Your growth is a gift intended to feed others, to awaken those who watch your courage. There are people who need the miracle that your obedience will produce. Your steps have a ripple effect larger than your sight. When you say yes, someone else will rise because your obedience woke a sleeping key in their life. You are not alone in this unfolding. Your movement sparks collective awakening. I am placing you where your hands will touch hearts, where your work will stitch hope into the fabric of other lives. Visualize the gates of your fears loosening like old hinges. Sense them falling away as you pass through one by one. See doors that once felt sealed slide aside and reveal corridors lined with light that hums with opportunity. That light is not just metaphor. Feel its warmth, the way it warms decisions, the way it melts the stiffness of hesitation in your chest. Walk through those corridors with steady breath. Some doors will require letting go of old patterns and relationships that no longer carry the same frequency as your future. Do not fear their absence. Often a pruning allows the healthiest branches to grow. Let go of the small thinking. Release the logic that keeps you comfortable but limited. Embrace the strange, the new, the idea that makes your hands tremble with either fear or excitement. If it stirs your soul, follow it. I am training you for spiritual accuracy. When I whisper, respond. Swift obedience produces multiplication. Delayed obedience can close a corridor that would otherwise have remained open. You will learn the difference between divine timing and personal delay. Patience with a posture of faith is different from procrastination masked as waiting. Be patient, yes, but not paralyzed. Walk toward the peace that sings in your bones. The discipline you cultivate now will protect you when favor increases and responsibilities multiply. Guard your inner life as you would a sacred flame. It will be the source of your most reliable power. The world may offer applause, but that applause is brittle. The affirmation that sustains is internal and eternal. Keep your feet rooted in presence. Listen for quiet confirmations rather than loud applause. There will be seasons of acceleration where your schedule will fill faster than your nervous system is used to. In those times, practice restful strength. Rest is not absence of work. Rest is alignment. It restores clarity and prepares your heart for the next assignment. Protect the secret times you have with our presence so that public life never steals the hidden source. When you come back from crowds and noise, return to silence and let the quiet remind you of who you are and why you move. You do not sustain influence by public performance alone. You sustain it by tending the inner garden where vision grows. Keep pruning what no longer serves and plant what sets your spirit singing. Hear me plainly. You have been prepared longer than you know. What felt like delays were designs. The closed roads were sometimes shields. The silence was training ground. Nothing in your past was wasted. Every pain taught endurance. Every puzzle honed discernment. Every disappointment hid a blueprint for victory. The very things that once bruised you have become the tools of your compassion and the foundation of your wisdom. You will carry tenderness not as weakness, but as a strength that builds others. Your story will be a map for the lost. Your scars will be signs of survival and of teaching. People will come to you for guidance, not because you have no wounds, but because you know how to heal with what was once painful. As you begin to move, know that acceleration will bring refinement. Not every opportunity that looks shiny is for you. Discernment becomes precious. Peace is your best indicator. If something requires you to force joy or peace, it is not aligned. If something flows with a strange, quiet certainty, walk through it. Learn to recognize how the right doors feel. They feel like a settling, a gentle confirmation, not an anxious grab. Not every crowd is for you. Some people will step away as you grow. And that is healthy. Do not chase those who leave. Sometimes their leaving makes room for those who will stay and build. You will see a rotation of people, not as rejection, but as refinement. The right companions will carry your frequency and help multiply what you plant. There is a new mindset forming in you now, one that thinks in abundance and not in lack, that sees resources as channels and not as trophies. You will no longer hoard because scarcity feels foreign to you. You will steward what arrives and watch it reproduce. Your words will become acts of creation. Speak carefully. Speak with gratitude. Speak as if your voice shapes reality because it does. Guard your tongue. It is both a sword and a seed. When you declare faith, angels respond. When you declare fear, you open space for confusion. Choose declarations that bind heaven's favor to earth's actions. I move, I receive, I share, I steward, I bless. These simple sayings change atmospheres. Now I give you 2 clear commands. Receive this blessing and go forward with courage. Hear them like a drumbeat in your chest. Receive what has been arranged for you. Take the gifts of clarity, the sudden ideas, the meetings that feel like destiny, and do not apologize for having been chosen. Walk boldly into your appointed places as one who has been prepared. Do not shrink. This is not arrogance. It is the rightful posture of someone who knows they are entrusted with a purpose greater than themselves. Walk like one who is carrying a light that others will follow. You will notice the emergence of helpers, people who will show up at the precise time and with the precise gifting needed. Some will arrive as mentors, others as partners, others as those who simply bring a doorway you could not open alone. These connections are not random. They are answers sewn into the fabric of your obedience. You will not have to coerce favor. Favor will be drawn to the obedience you now live. Expect supernatural coordination, meetings that seem coincidental, resources that turn up exactly when you need them, doors that open without the usual force. This is not coincidence. It is orchestration. Pay attention to synchronicities. Write down sudden ideas and act on the ones that carry peace. Swift, small obedience in the details creates a kind of momentum that will surprise you. As your life expands, humility will be your safeguard. Let gratitude remain the throne of your heart. Fame can arrive like wind. Hold your center like the root of a tree. When more comes, kneel lower. Let increase teach you surrender rather than entitlement. This humility will protect you from the ways success can numb compassion. Remember always that the power you have is meant to multiply kindness, to unlock freedom in others, and to heal the places you once felt broken. Keep generosity as a daily discipline. Give before you need to, and watch how provision loops back. Stewardship will ensure that blessings do not burden you, but become instruments of multiplication. Feel now a wave of gentle energy, like warm gold sweeping through your chest, uncoiling fears and setting your limbs loose. Let the gold settle in your hands and imagine it flowing out of you into the lives around you. See it as light that warms, not blinds, as wealth that serves, not isolates. This is a visualization of provision that knows how to be gentle and strong at once. Your imagination is a sacred laboratory. Use it to rehearse the future you are stepping into. See the rooms you will inhabit, the laughter of those you will serve, the projects that will carry your fingerprints and heal many. Rehearsal prepares the heart to recognize what aligns. There will be storms ahead. Life does not switch to ease without testing, but you are now being fashioned to stand in storms with a still center. Pressure will reveal the depth of your roots and teach you how to govern your temperament. You will respond not with panic, but with measured action. The grace you walk in will make you a calm center in tumult, and that calm will be contagious. People will look to you not because you have all the answers, but because you carry presence. Presence changes atmospheres. Stay present. Breathe deeply and let clarity arrive like rain on dry earth. You will learn to rest strategically. Pauses will become places of preparation, not procrastination. In rest you recalibrate, and in action you reveal the world's new shape around you. As this season unfolds, you will begin to see the invisible becoming visible. The ideas whispered in quiet will grow into structures. The relationships that once felt precarious will become anchors, and the work you shelved will find an audience tuned to its frequency. Expect restoration. Old losses will return in new forms, and what was wasted will be redeemed as wisdom. The past will begin to make sense, and you will smile at its strange perfection. Everything that taught you endurance will now serve as a platform for your influence. You will rise not simply for yourself, but to widen the road for those behind you. Now, breathe and receive this closing covenant. I am with you in every step. Your heart is my instrument, and your life is my message. Move with the assurance that the favor you are given is meant to become a conduit for blessing. Live as one who knows that the invisible hands that arrange this season will also sustain you through it. Let peace be your posture, and action be your habit. Keep your eyes on the rhythm that moves you and your hands ready to build. You will not be perfect. You will be present. You will not always understand. You will trust. You will not walk alone. You will walk accompanied. And now, in the quiet place where breath meets hope, receive these affirmations and let them settle in the marrow of your being. I am ready to receive. I am chosen for abundance. I am guided by light. I am the steward of grace. I am fearless in my obedience. I am generous with my gifts. I am at peace, and I move with purpose. Go forth with the soft confidence of one who knows the journey has already been written into the fabric of the cosmos, and remember this always: You were made for this moment, and the world leans forward because you chose to say yes. Listen, my dear one. Feel this moment like warm light resting gently on your heart. You've stepped into a chapter where hesitation dissolves and divine certainty begins to speak. This is not a repeat of what you've known. It's an unfolding you've been waiting for, even when you didn't have the words for it. The air around you carries the soft hum of destiny, and it's calling your name. You don't have to chase anything anymore. Everything meant for you is already moving in your direction. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are standing exactly where the next miracle begins. Take a deep breath and see it. A golden horizon spreading wide in front of you, the air glowing like liquid sunrise. That light is the energy of divine readiness. Feel it touch your skin, travel through your chest, and settle deep in your spirit. That warmth is not imagination, it's confirmation. You are being summoned into motion, not with rush or fear, but with calm, unstoppable strength. Every heartbeat right now is an echo of divine rhythm saying, "Go forward." The path doesn't appear before you move, it appears as you move. The universe has been waiting for your agreement. Heaven has already written this chapter. Now rise. Let your shoulders drop. Let every breath remind you that you are protected, guided, and prepared. You don't need to overthink the next step, just take it. Momentum is born from faith in action. When you start walking, the energy of creation starts rearranging everything in your favor. Don't try to predict every detail. Your faith is the map. Trust that each small step will carry you closer to the bigger picture. The things that once scared you will now excite you because fear has lost its power to define your decisions. See it in your mind, a wide ocean stretching endlessly beneath a pale morning sky. The surface sparkles like scattered diamonds. In every wave is a word opportunity. Put your hands in that water. Feel the cool pulse of new beginnings wrapping around your fingers. The tide rises to meet your courage. It's not here to drown you. It's here to deliver you. You've waited long enough by the shore. It's time to walk forward, to feel the rhythm of faith moving beneath your feet. When you do, even the winds will align with your breath. You are not being asked to be perfect. You are being asked to be present, to act not after the fear leaves, but while your faith grows stronger than it. Everything you've learned until now was preparation. Every closed door, every delay, every silence was part of the orchestration. Not punishment, but positioning. The divine was never ignoring you. It was arranging you. The moments that confused you most were actually calibration points. What you called waiting, heaven called building. Now hear this command, not harsh but holy. Rise and go. You've been hidden long enough. The light that once felt too heavy to carry now fits perfectly in your hands. Let go of what keeps you small. Release the patterns that drain your joy. Walk out of the spaces that echo with old versions of you. You are not meant to fit into who you used to be. You are meant to expand into who you already are. The moment you decide, everything begins to shift.